I mean, the bench did a good job for sure. Maybe could have mixed them in there at the end, but those guys have been great in making tough shots. We got some good looks down the stretch. We didn't make. Got to the free throw line. We didn't make. Some things like that. So, that really wasn't an issue. It was more the turnovers, and I thought we turned down some shots, like catch and shoot shots that we had to take, and then we kind of played into the crowd. Did a good job in the third. We only turned it over once, then 7 turnovers in the fourth. So,
what do you think those turnovers in the fourth were largely a product of?
It just, again, I thought in the third quarter we did a really good job of just getting off it early and kind of exploiting their help. Probably one dribble too many, holding the ball a little bit too late, probably getting into our offense a little bit too slowly at times. I think a combination of that. So.
Defensively, what shifted from the first 8 minutes of the game from there on out, where it seemed like they got anything they wanted to start, and then it was much more difficult for them?
I thought defensively it was, it wasn't that bad to start the game. We had a lot of things going on that we're trying to do with these guys. It's always a tricky one. And I think just kind of getting comfortable with that was probably one thing. But really it was our offense. Again, we couldn't make a shot. And we had some turnovers, and, they kind of let them play free and easy. So,
was the defensive shift you're alluding to there, like kind of having Gobert guard Giddey, and that you matched up with them differently?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you do those things, it's an ever evolving thing, because as soon as they make a sub, everything has to change, and then your coverages change relative to that. Yeah.
Does Naz open up another kind of variable for you against maybe these smaller, faster sort of teams, obviously, or what did he do tonight to kind of have the game that he had?
Yeah, it was shot ready. Did a really good job there. He had a bunch of turnovers in the first half, but in the second half he played clean. Took advantage of some mismatches. Just creates movement for us, really. Good next action, slipping, distortion, all that stuff. Yeah.
McLaughlin scored 8 points tonight and also was a +7 in his minutes. How did you feel about his performance tonight?
Yeah, it was really good in the first shift. In the second shift he was out there. We got caught with some lineups that really struggled to score, and I took the bet that at 8 minutes I was going to go back with our guys, and I failed. Didn't make it work, so it was on me. So.
Was not on SGA one of the things you were thinking about, during that last 5 minutes or 8 minutes in terms of getting people back in?
No. In the last 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Putting Nikhil back in?
Yeah.
No. So.
And are teams starting to hunt Cat some on switches for defense?
I don't think they're starting to. I think that, teams have been doing it all season long. They put him in action. They put him in pick and roll, depending on what coverage we're in. It's been something we've been dealing with all season long. So.
Mike was 1 for 11 tonight.
Yeah.
Just product of missing shots. What made it difficult for him to get going for you tonight?
Well, I thought he missed a lot of really good ones. I mean, he rarely takes bad ones. Just had one of those nights. He hasn't had one of those all season. Maybe not since he's been here. So it happens. Brush it off and on to the next game. So.
Rudy 1 for 6. Holmgren seemed to do a decent job making it difficult for him. What was that matchup like from your vantage point?
He got him at the rim a couple times. It was fine. I mean, I thought Rudy was really good. All over. Rudy played a Rudy game.
We talked about this before, but how important is Naz's just general ability to defend every position been for being able to play two big lineups? Like, even when Shea switched on to him, Naz didn't really seem to give much up.
Yeah. I mean, it's extremely important. He's been, it's one of the things he's really worked on is sitting down and being able to guard. And, he's very quick, athletic. His anticipation skills are better than they've ever been. His footwork is better.
Does he become even more important against teams like this that tend to play smaller?
I guess. I mean, he's pretty important to us no matter what, So, but he does give us some defensive flexibility out there, so that's really good. So.
Hello. If you allow me, I'd like to take a step back. I come from France, so I came to see Rudy.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, maybe with a little bit of time now, what's working, what has been working this season that maybe was not or not as efficiently last season for him and for you guys? Thank you.
I think Rudy, first and foremost, I think he came into the season with a renewed sense of energy and purpose, and was very comfortable with being here and with what we were doing. A lot of his increase in performance is down to him and the great season he's had and the great off season he had, and I think he feels healthy. Last year, I think he felt a little banged up. I think what's working for him is just, we're better defensively everywhere, which makes it his job a little bit easier. He doesn't have to try to plug every single hole. Starts in transition, and then generally in ball contain has been good, so it's, and he's been very active in executing a lot of different things that maybe we didn't ask him to do last year.